What's cracking, everybody? So back with a new one, and I had planned on making a different video, but seems from the comments and stuff of my last few videos that the majority of you guys have been really open-minded, and a lot of you have asked me to continue down this this path on videos, and I guess I'll do another one, see how it goes. But I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm not gonna just stay in this lane. But I'm sure some of you saw what Joe Biden had to say recently. Those of you that didn't, go ahead and check this out. And there's a couple things we're gonna deal with here with Joe Biden, right? But let's just get this first part done and see how we feel about that.
Thanks so much. That's really our time. I apologize.
You can't do that to black media.
I can't do that to white media and black media because my wife has to go on at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
Listen, you got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community.
You heard him. Now, off the cuff remarks, you know, Joe Biden can't speak without a teleprompter. He struggles. Okay? And so when he's speaking off his teleprompter, those ain't even his words. Those are words written by some young staffer, some college-educated individual, some fresh, young-minded, you know, individual. But when he speaks off the cuff, that's him. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. That's what he said. And if we had a platform to ask him, he would have said the same thing to us. If you don't vote for me, you ain't Hispanic. Reading between the lines, we own you. You belong to the Democrats. And if you ain't in line with us, you are not of your heritage. A person doesn't just think that, right? Like spur of the moment. That's a statement based on firm belief within his heart and mind. You're gonna vote for me because of your skin color, not because of what I plan to do for you, not based on what you expect from me, but because of this color right here. I own you. I own your vote. And if I don't get it, you ain't even what you think you are. And I like that Charlemagne said, it ain't even about Trump. It's about what's best for my community. Now, isn't that what I've been saying? Isn't that what Puffy just said? So you're getting black voices that have millions listening to them telling black people, hey, we have to do what's best for us. Unfortunately, we don't have these platforms, right? And so we are piggybacking off of these, you know, Puffy and what the Breakfast Club's doing. We're piggybacking off of that, but they're gonna push their issues and their agenda before they push ours, even though we're all cramped in the same places, and then places are getting smaller and smaller, you know. So just think about that, man. This is what I've been saying. We cannot keep doing the same thing and expect a change. You can't do the same thing every single day and think something's going to be different unless you do something different. You do something different, you're starting down a new path to new opportunities. But, you know, I just want people to be open-minded, man. Question everything. What the fuck has Biden done? He's been there forever. You know, and real quick, I was going to add it on here, a clip, but I just didn't want to make it any longer than it's going to be. The best part of the video for me personally is going to be towards the end. I know a lot of you guys don't watch the whole video because I can see the view duration. But one thing I want to point out, and you guys can Google it, when Bernie Sanders endorsed Joe Biden, they were split screen, side by side, okay? And Bernie Sanders said, Joe and I, something along the lines, Joe and I have agreed to work together and create task force to tackle these problems that we're facing. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people hear that and they think that's cool, man. They're gonna bring their camps together and they're gonna try to find solutions. But when I heard that, the first thing I thought of is, you both been in politics for 972 fucking years. You don't have the answers yet? You're admitting right now in your endorsement and in Joe, in his acceptance of that endorsement, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I guarantee you I'm gonna make a task force that'll figure it out for me. Come on, man. You know, and that's the thing. Listen to what these people are saying, you know, and listen to what they're not saying. It's right there for you to see it. We've been in the Senate. We've been in Congress. We've been in political office for 900 fucking years. Them two old ass men, I'm exaggerating, but they have a lot of fucking years in politics, and they're admitting we don't know how to figure shit out, but we'll get some people together to do it. It's a fucking lie. If you, with all those years in Washington, can't figure it out, who's gonna have the answers then? Slick talk, man. Slick talk is all it is. Let's go to the next one.
Why so much resistance on admitting the crime bill and other legislation you are a part of was damaging to the black community? Because we had Hillary on a few years ago, and Miss Clinton said that the crime bill, we made a lot of mistakes with that, and she wanted to atone for that by becoming the next president. Like,
She was wrong.
She was wrong, he said. He goes on to say that it was the mandatory minimums, okay? That was the problem. Now, remember when I told you guys, those of you that have been watching, and those of you that are new, shout out to all the new subscribers. I've been seeing a lot of new people subscribing. I've said that while I was in prison, with all that time on my hands, I started looking at the laws that were being passed. I started looking at the reality of the colors around me, brown and black majority, and hearing every time these new laws that would pass that were worse than the last, right? I started saying, hold up, I'm in California. These are Democrats doing this. And that opened my eyes. And I started paying more attention, started reading, started listening more. Okay? So, Joe Biden is saying that Hillary Clinton is wrong for apologizing for some shit that her and her husband pushed. And I'm gonna put on here, and it's from the BBC, so you'll see like when they spell realize, instead of a Z, it's an S. So those of you, it's some clippings I found on the internet from BBC, and their breakdown of this bill, okay, and the impact that it had. And this is just to read it. If you gotta rewind it a few times to read it all, because you know I'm no master editor and all that shit. I'm just trying to give you guys information to soak up. Do with it what you want. But the reality is, a lot of the stuff we've been fed is that it was the Republicans pushing us down, keeping us down, and they created these laws to keep us in cages. Okay, that's just how slick old Bill Clinton was. You know, he fucking did this. Him and his wife, the Democratic Party, they enacted this shit that to this day is hurting people. You're gonna see in there where Bill Clinton is the one that kicked in that one strike thing. You know, if you're living in the projects and your kid fucking gets caught with some weed and you get kicked out, thank you, Bill Clinton. Thank you, Democrats. Now you got nowhere to live. So go ahead and check that stuff out, man. And I just want you to see. And then on top of that, we're gonna ask ourselves, when Joe Biden says that Hillary Clinton's lying or that she's wrong, which we know Hillary Clinton just apologized because she was running for office. She believed in what she passed. She believed in what her husband passed. They pushed hard as fuck for it. But they're chameleons, straight chameleons. When it's time to run for something, let me apologize. They'll believe me. I own them. Democratic Party, we own them, right? But then we're gonna question Joe Biden's fucking his word as a man. Fuck his word as a politician. We know that's trash. But his word as a man, his truthfulness in life, his history of truthfulness or deceit. So let's check this out.
Senator Joseph Biden may have more explaining to do.
The new questions stem from taped remarks of Biden during an April campaign appearance in New Hampshire.
I went to law school on a full academic scholarship, the only one in my class to have a full academic scholarship. Went back to law school and in fact ended up in the top half of my class. I was the outstanding student in the political science department at the end of my year. I graduated with 3 degrees from undergraduate school and 165 credits, only needed 123 credits.
Biden now concedes he did not graduate in the top half of his law school class, that he does not have 3 degrees from college, and that he was not named outstanding political science student in college.
Newsweek says Biden actually went to school on a half scholarship, ended up near the bottom of his class, and won only 1 degree, not 3.
Joe Biden ranked 76th in a class of 85 at the University of Syracuse Law School. I mean, this guy comes off this whole thing as a flyweight.
Now Biden says Newsweek is right. His memory had failed him.
And I'd be delighted to sit down and compare my IQ to yours if you'd like, Frank.
Joe Biden was victimized by the truth.